Hey guys, DC Network here, coming at you with another video. The last time we talked about Checkered Past on this channel was about 3 months ago, and there's been a lot happening lately to Checkered Past that I wanted to discuss with you guys today, because arguably, in my opinion, the block has been getting worse, not better, with the more recent changes that have come about it. So just a little quick background first on Checkered Past. Checkered Past launched last year on August 28th of 2023, giving us a classics block on Cartoon Network, something that we had been all asking for a long time. The block initially launched with a 2-hour runtime, having a half hour of Ed, Edd n Eddy, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Dexter's Laboratory, and The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. They were not in order as I said them, but nevertheless, those were the 4 shows that were a part of the block. Going into this year, though, they changed it up a bit, adding Cow and Chicken and I Am Weasel to the lineup, which I had said in prior videos, I feel like swapping shows in and out isn't the greatest idea, because if you have a worse lineup at one point in time, you might lose viewers on the block, but nevertheless, that's what they decided to do. Well, all of a sudden last month, at the beginning of March, Checkered Past decided to change up their lineup once again, but this time they made a rather interesting change, in my opinion, as they decided, instead of having every half hour air a different show on the block, they decided to make it that from the 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. hour, you are exclusively watching Dexter's Laboratory. Then from the 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. hour, you are exclusively watching Courage the Cowardly Dog. Now, this to me is a rather strange change, because why would you want to remove variety from your block instead of keeping it the way you had it before, where you had a variety of shows airing on the block? That's what I don't really understand when it comes to this new schedule, if you will, for Checkered Past, but that's not where this story ends. If you look at the Friday block as it was for Checkered Past, every Friday was different from the Monday through Thursday block that we would get. Every Friday in the beginning of Checkered Past's lifetime was essentially a day where you get a 2-hour marathon of one of the 4 original shows. So one week it would be Courage the Cowardly Dog, one week it would be Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, the next week Ed, Edd n Eddy, and so on, and they would repeat that cycle over and over again. Then eventually they changed it so that Cow and Chicken was the Friday show. Now they changed it so that the first hour on every Friday is Cow and Chicken, and then the second hour on every Friday is Ed, Edd n Eddy. Again, a rather strange change, because why would you want to have Ed, Edd n Eddy, for example, a show that is rather popular, only air on Fridays now for an hour, as opposed to getting a half hour per day Monday through Thursday? I just don't understand the logic here, because as I said before, you're getting less variety onto the block as opposed to more variety on the block. Something that I've been arguing since Checkered Past first launched is that the block needs to be expanded upon, and while they haven't done that yet, and I think they should at some point in the future, I've been saying for a while, have it start at 5 p.m. and go all the way till 8 or 9 o'clock. You could even do 10 o'clock if you want. Make it a 4 to 5 hour block airing classic Cartoon Network series, and every hour could be a different theme thematically. You could have the Grim and Evil Power Hour, where those are the 2 shows that are on Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, and then Evil Con Carne series, which has been on Checkered Past for a little bit here and there. You could have an hour worth of action where maybe you have the original Ben 10 tied with another action series, or maybe that's 2 hours on the block. You have Ben 10, Symbionic Titan, The Secret Saturdays, and maybe Generator Rex as your 2-hour action block, as well as the remaining hours being filled with shows like Ed, Edd n Eddy, Foster Home for Imaginary Friends, Codename Kids Next Door, shows like Camp Lazlo, maybe Megas XLR, those series that aren't talked about as much. But instead, what they're deciding to do is keep the block the same amount of time, the same length, but make it have less variety. But where we left off before is not where the changes ended, because on April 22nd of this year, they decided to swap out Courage the Cowardly Dog for the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy on from the 6 to 7 p.m. hour. Then now on May 6th, they are deciding to change it up with taking out Dexter's Laboratory for Ed, Edd n Eddy. So the new schedule will be Ed, Edd n Eddy from 5 to 6 p.m., then the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy from 6 to 7 p.m. And again, I don't understand why they're putting less variety onto the channel. Then they're going to be changing it again in the month of May. Starting on May 10th, the Friday block will start at 5 p.m. with an hour of Dexter's Laboratory and continue at 6 p.m. with an hour of Samurai Jack. Once again, I just don't understand what they are doing here, because it just kind of seems like a mess at this point. If you want to go down the route of having, 2 episodes of a show air back to back over the span of an hour, I don't think that's necessarily a taboo thing to do, if you will. I don't think that's a bad thing to do, but I think that every single day it should then be a different pairing of shows airing on the channel. So for example, Mondays can be Courage the Cowardly Dog, A Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Then Tuesdays can be Ed and Eddie and Foster Home for Imaginary Friends. Wednesdays can be Ben 10 and Generator X. Thursdays, Chowder and Samurai Jack. And then Fridays can be like Cow and Chicken and the Powerpuff Girls or something of the sort. Some combination like that. You can pick and choose whatever shows you want. But my point is, if you're going to go down this route and have that every day for an hour, you get one show from 5 to 6 and then another show at 6 to 7, don't repeat that same schedule Monday through Thursdays, because again, that's just adding less variety to this block, when in the beginning of this block, I was praising it for having a different show every half hour, and I just don't understand the logic behind this change here. I really don't get it. I'm a person who was all over Checkered Past when it first came out. I was watching it every single day because it was so great to see these classics on the channel, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I stopped checking it out because in my opinion, it got a little stale. It got to the point where we were seeing the same episodes of Courage the Cowardly Dog over and over again. These same episodes of Ed and Eddie over and over again. Dexter's Laboratory over and over again. It's like, okay, let's expand this block. Let's have other shows come into it. Make it longer so that we have more variety. And furthermore, seeing the same episodes over and over again in the first place didn't really make sense to me, because Ed and Eddie had, what, 6 seasons, I believe? Maybe even more than that. It had Big Picture Show as well. There's a lot of episodes you can choose from. There's no reason why we should be seeing the same episodes over and over again. Same thing goes for Dexter's Laboratory or even Courage the Cowardly Dog. If you get to the point where you feel that you have to repeat the same episodes over and over again, then take that show out and put another show in. I don't want to be seeing 3 weeks in a row having the same episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog. I am not joking. I believe over the span of 3 to 4 weeks, I saw the episode where Eustace and Courage go to the diner with the 2 pigs, the husband and the wife, and Courage is afraid that they're going to make a meal out of Eustace and Muriel. That same episode was on over the span of 3 to 4 weeks. There is no reason why that should be happening here. Hopefully going forward, Checkered Past gets expanded upon and they actually fix it, because in my opinion, they're making it worse now, having it repeat the same 2 shows for an hour each on Mondays through Thursday, and then Friday having a different 2 shows come on to add a little variety to the block. Make it every day a different 2 shows airing if you're going to do a 2-hour span of these shows taking up an hour each. Make it every day that you have a different lineup then. Anyways, let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about all of this. What do you guys think about the new strategy, if you will, for Checkered Past? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you agree with me that they're removing variety from the block, in essence making it worse? Or do you like this new strategy? Let me know down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to see more content like this from DC Network. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.